My ex-wife came out as lesbian and left me and my daughters 3 years ago, and now she's back. 3 years ago, my entire world shattered. My wife, the woman I built a family with, sat me and our daughters down one evening and told us she was leaving. Not for another man, but for a woman from her job. Our oldest was 14, our youngest just 10. We thought we had a happy, stable life, but that night she walked out and never looked back. She cut off contact completely. I had no choice but to pick up the pieces. I fell into a deep depression, but I couldn't break. Not when my girls needed me. Every night, my youngest would whisper before bed, "Dad, you won't leave me too, right?" And I'd hold her close, kiss her forehead, and promise her I'd never abandon them. Fast forward 3 years. My girls are thriving. I've got a better job, we've built a new life, and we've finally found happiness again. Until one night, the doorbell rang. I opened it and froze. It was her, my ex-wife, smiling like nothing had happened. She tried to hug me, but I stepped back. My oldest daughter came to the door, saw her mother, and her face turned to pure rage. She shoved her away, screaming, "Leave! I never want to see you again." My youngest stormed off crying. My ex begged me to talk to them for her. She said the last 3 years had been miserable, that she regretted everything. I told her I'd pass along her apology, but I'd never force my daughters to see her. She left me her number and walked away. When I told my girls what she'd said, my oldest looked me in the eyes and said, "Dad, you're all we need." My youngest admitted she thought she missed her mom until she saw her again. Now, she never wanted to see her. I thought that was the end. It wasn't. A few days later, my ex showed up again while my daughters were outside playing ping pong. I heard shouting. I ran out and saw my oldest tearing into her mother. She told her how I had suffered in silence, how I held everything together, how she'll never forgive her for the years of pain. My 13-year-old was crying, so I hugged her. I didn't stop my oldest, though. Why should I protect the woman who abandoned us from hearing the truth? Finally, I told my ex, "If you ever come back here again, we'll get a restraining order." She left in tears, but it didn't end there. Just a few days ago, my youngest came home furious. She told me her mom had ambushed her outside school and insisted on giving her a ride. My daughter reluctantly agreed, thinking maybe this would end things once and for all. Instead of driving her home, my ex just circled around town, pouring out her sob story. She said her relationship with that coworker fell apart after a year, that she's been depressed, that she regrets everything, and that she wants to make it right. And my daughter, only 13 years old, hit her with the sharpest question I've ever heard. What if your relationship had worked out? What if your life had been perfect? Would we just be your consolation prize? That destroyed her. She accused me of poisoning the kids against her, which is insane. I never badmouthed her to my daughters. They saw the truth for themselves. When my daughter got home, she said she never wants to see her again. Both my daughters agreed. It's time for a restraining order, and that's exactly what we're doing. Because at the end of the day, she may be their biological mother, but she stopped being their mom the moment she walked out that door.